We up and I'm feeling like a new me. Stacking new sets, some new E. NFTs, all of them you need. Back in my zone like 2-3. All time high, hit a new peak. Let's go. Homie, the Bulls is back. I said the Bulls is back.
GM and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're taking a look at the airdrop on Solana today, which is for Jito. That is the governance token of Jito Sol, which is the liquid staking token for Solana. And as you can see on screen here, the number 2 ranked protocol by total TVL in Solana. So a really big token airdrop coming today. So in this video, we're going to go over this token, but also let's talk about the upcoming airdrops you can still farm right now, because probably a lot of people are seething at the fact they haven't got this airdrop, as it's likely going to be worth quite a bit, but there are still plentiful opportunities out there. So do get involved, play along at home, and you could be picking up an airdrop worth a few hundred or even a few $1,000s. So if you do enjoy the content today, make sure you subscribe to the channel and let's jump in. So we had news yesterday that the Jito token, ticker JTO, will be listed by Coinbase as long as there is sufficient liquidity for them. So it's likely it's going to be listed on all of the big exchanges straight away. So Coinbase, Binance being quoted here, and Gumshoe put out a really good post here. We're going to go through around some of the airdrops and upcoming ones as well. But in the pre-listing, this token is currently trading at $1.30. So whether that will translate to the open market price once it goes live, which is just around an hour out from filming here, I don't know. But the lowest tier would actually net you at $1.30, around $6,000 in cash equivalent there. So this is the chart here. Jito Sol users today getting 80 million Jito tokens. The total airdrop is for 100 million. There are validator rewards and also searcher rewards as well, adding up to 100 mil. But the majority of us, obviously just typical users, people who have staked their Sol. So they've taken their Solana, put it into Jito, and been given the liquid staking token, which is Jito Sol instead, to be used across DeFi. And as you can see, deployed in MarginFi and others. But as you can see from this chart here, Jito tokens per user. So the bottom tier here for just allocating a few Solana is all it took. Depositing that, getting Jito Sol on the other end. 4,930 users did this, and they're being rewarded with almost 5,000 tokens. But you can see from the list here, not that many people bothered to participate, even though we knew about this, even though we did cover it here on the channel. So hopefully some of you did get involved. But as you can see, this shows the laziness of the average crypto participant. They clearly couldn't be asked to bridge over funds from maybe ETH into Sol. So it's around 10,000 individuals only for this, and it is the second biggest by TVL protocol on Sol. Pretty crazy stuff. So imagine you just did a few clicks and you've got around 6K potentially coming to you price dependent. Now, if you do want to check out your own airdrops and what you may be getting, I plugged in a random address down here. And it was actually quite funny because I was just going through Bird Eye and just pulling up random addresses, popping them in here to see what airdrops people were getting. This guy here got 4,000 Pyth tokens, and he got some Ponk, which is just behind my head. Did not get any RKT, not even sure what that one is. FOMO, Bonk, Jito, and he didn't get any JUP tokens either. So this person hasn't been using Solana. And this is a bit of a common theme that I found here. Clearly not that many people were fighting for these airdrops. Whereas if you're on, for example, ZK Sync, every man and their dog has probably tried to farm said airdrop, and so when it does come, it's probably going to be worth absolutely nothing. So trying to find the least trodden ground is the most profitable here. So let's just rattle through some of the potential airdrops on the market, because you don't want to miss another one. So the first one here is from Backpack. You can see top left hand corner, this is the Backpack Exchange beta. Now, unfortunately, I need to verify my identity, but as I'm a UK resident, I'm not allowed on this website. Hence, I've had to use a VPN to even access this thing, as UK people are a no-go. I will leave my affiliate link for NordVPN down below. It is rather annoying that you can't access all the sites because it's blocked by my government. That really does rub me up the wrong way. So currently, I am a citizen of Buenos Aires, according to my VPN right now. And this is the interface for Backpack's exchange. They have an exchange coming out. Backpack in itself is a wallet. You can see I've got the wallet up here. I've got it added to my browser here. You can add a variety of different wallets, ETH, mainnet, or Sol. So I think to get the airdrop, you're probably going to have to actually use the exchange, but I have been using the Backpack wallet. You can use it for mobile, for browser, like I've got here. And I would suggest just putting some funds on it, maybe buying an X NFT, because the guys behind Backpack created X NFT, and they are the creators of Mad Lads as well. I really do think they will bring out a token for this exchange at some point. So if you can find a way to farm it, I would crack on with that. Do some trading on here if you are a resident of a country that is allowed, or maybe if you can get a nice fake ID and pass the KYC procedures here. But that is Backpack number 1. Second up is Margin Fi. That is the number 3 biggest TVL protocol on Solana. So the fact that this is also going to have an airdrop is pretty sick, due to the fact huge TVL, likely to be a very sought after and highly valued token when it comes. Gumshoe does point out, however, unless you've got big size, it may be a bit too late here to farm this, but I still would bother. I would still try and get in. Probably you're going to get like the lowest here at this point. Margin Fi is lending and borrowing, so it is the Aave of Sol. I'll leave a referral link to this down below. As you can see, I've got some points on here, not a great deal whatsoever, to be honest with you, as this is not the PC I usually do my trading on. So I'll drop a link down below, then you come over here and maybe you can just start lending some crypto to them. They've got the likes of Python here, stables, and a load of the LSD Solanas as well. Then we have Zeta Markets. So this is a perps exchange, and they have a Zeta Z score, and the Z score can be boosted by owning an NFT, or you can get involved with the promo here. So Zeta Markets have a promo on for TIA, which is Celestia. You can trade Sol, Bitcoin, ETH, Aptos, Arbitrum, BNB, Python, and TIA, but it says up towards the top here, earn 2x the Z-score when you trade TIA between the 5th and 10th of December. So over the next few days, maybe deposit some funds. You deposit USDC onto this exchange, and then you leverage trade on here. Maybe go long on some TIA tokens, try and increase your points, and therefore you would be farming some Zeta when that thing comes out. Moving on to Kamino Finance here. So as Gumshoe points out, the point system for this is not yet live, but they keep hinting at it. And I've heard from multiple sources this thing will have a token, and you can actually do leveraged LPing on here as well. So pretty dope in my eyes. This is the interface. And what you could do if you don't want to take any directional risks or have any kind of impermanent loss exposure, come to something like BSOL to Sol liquidity and add liquidity for that pair on here. The prices are pretty much going to follow one another. And so you could just deposit with 2 assets in here, have a position, add some TVL, and start accruing some points on Kamino. You can also do leverage yield farming, as I mentioned as well, which is pretty interesting. So do check that out on here as well. They've got some pretty cool and innovative products. Then we have Drift, which is the biggest perps DEX on Sol right now by the total amount of volume being traded on here. And the interface for this looks pretty banging, to be fair, and it is quite hyped online as well. So a lot of people are in on Drift. I imagine a lot of people will be farming this and have been farming for quite some time. Super easy to use. Again, deposit some funds, get your USDC on here and get leverage trading. On screen here we have Bonk, which is absolutely melting face as we film here. So if you want to leverage a long, leverage short Bonk, you probably want to go long, to be honest with you. Well, this is a good place to do this. Maybe just have a low amount of leverage, get some points racking up, and be long for Bonk, which looks like it wants to send to Valhalla. Now, the next one is Parcl, and this one is quite a strange one in terms of the tokenization of everything. This is all about going long or short real estate around the globe. So very innovative, something I haven't previously seen before, didn't even know this was possible. And this is one I haven't actually decided to use yet, but I will get involved with here. As it states, trade real estate prices with up to 10x leveraged, built on Solana. So here we go. What you can do on here is just provide liquidity to liquidity pools, which I think is maybe one of the easier ways of getting involved. As you can see, provide liquidity tab here. Or if we go to browse, you can see some of the venues you can go long or short on. If we just go to San Francisco as an example down here, you can leverage trade the real estate prices for San Francisco. Funding rates available, market skew data there, the amount of open interest. And if we just go down here, you can see all the market details. And so if you're a bit of a buff on the kind of economics of certain areas and states in the US, maybe this is for you. Certainly an interesting one. I've not heard too many people talking about this, so maybe this will be underfarmed. And maybe your kind of points that you accrue on this thing will go that little bit further. Definitely a strange one, definitely something new on me, but check this one out, Parcl, Parcl.so. Then the next one is super early. So this is clone protocol. So this is cloned assets. Essentially, these are synthetic assets, allowing you to trade the likes of crypto tokens, but also commodities and even currencies as well. And as you can see, this is on Devnet. That is how early this is. I do wonder if they will start trading maybe synthetic stocks on here. There's not really any options in crypto right now to be trading the likes of your Teslas, your Googles, etc. So if they had these in synthetic asset form on here, I think that would be really cool. You need to go to the Devnet faucet, get Devnet Sol and Devnet USD, and then you can play around on here. I guess once this thing gets opened and there's real money at stake, maybe that will accrue more points. But I think possibly getting in at this really early stage of Devnet may be beneficial. And I've not seen really many people at all talking about this one. So this one, another one on Solana. Then we have Pepper Dex, this one being built on top of Hero. These guys will have a token release sometime in Q1. They're going to be doing a teaser for the UI of this very soon, maybe in the next couple of weeks. And if you see the phase 2 area down here, it says Carolina Reaper Heat Drops. Heat Drops is code for airdrops January 2024. So you want to be in the Discord. You also want to be getting involved with this as soon as it goes live and then playing with it as well, as they will be giving away a set percentage of the total PEP tokens to participants for Pepper Dex. So I think this is going to be a banger. I think this one could kick off a bit of a flywheel for Hero Network as well, as we get loads of volume going through the exchange. PEP token also has banging token economics as well. Done a video on them previously, so do check that one out. And I'll be producing a bit more content on this one as well, because I do think it will fly. But again, potential airdrops left, right, and center. So most of these have been tokens. The last one here though, an NFT exchange. So this is Tensor. I did a video on this just last week. This is an epic NFT exchange, and I think this one is gonna fly. They have their own NFT collection called Tensorians, and they will almost certainly get you an airdrop by holding one of those, like 50 or 60 soldo at this point in time. But what they do have is currently season 3 of the airdrop campaign here. It states points are given based on order depth and proximity to the floor. So this means they want you to provide liquidity on here, which means supplying NFTs somewhere around the floor price of said set. So say you've got a ton of Tensorian NFTs, you would list them around the floor price, try and gather more liquidity. It's very similar to the Blur airdrop farming that went on previously. And so this is at stage 3, so obviously not very early doors with this, but I still think there's a good chance, of course, to still get some tokens from this airdrop by participating on here. If you haven't checked this thing out previously, a really cool and very smooth, easy to use user interface on here. One of the best NFT experiences I've personally had. So do get involved with this. Have a play around, maybe trade a few NFTs here or there, list a few cheap ones potentially towards the floor area pricing, and see if you can get some points and a potential airdrop from Tensor. So the Jito token drops today. Make sure if you are claiming, you go through the official channels. Double or even triple check. You do not want to get rugged and have your wallet drained. So do stay safe out there. Check out the links down below for MarginFi and also for the NordVPN as well. Get involved, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.